Hey guys, that time of the month we're going to check out what came in the March 24 Barra and Jacks box. And this one couldn't fit in a box, and you'll see why shortly as we go through the lures. I'm going to kickstart this with from Fishcraft. It's their Ripper hard body there. I'll get out the pack, do a closer look for you. It's 11 grams, it dives to a meter. It's 95 mils in length, got quite a chunky body and some seriously sharp hooks in there. Let's try and get this out for you. What's unique is that bill, or lack thereof. So you're going to just give that good rips with your rod tip. You're going to cast it out and you're going to just, like a jerk bait, just rip it down. It's going to come down to like a meter. You're going to pause there. It's going to slowly float up and you're just going to rip it down again. And it's just going to try and give that injured bait fish on the surface, trying to swim back down into cover, but it can't because it's dying, and the Barra are going to hit it. And the rattles will help them find it. Real cool color there. What you got there, Chris?
Let's look at something new actually from Z-Man. This is the Mulletron LT. LT stands for line through because this is a line through swim bait, which means your line essentially gets attached to the hook and then the hook gets pushed through the body. So no toe points or anything on that plastic. It can come up your line, do what it wants, which is good because the Barra can't throw it then. It has a ½ ounce weight in it. So the whole thing totals 1 3/4 ounce. So it's a pretty heavy bait for the size, but still going to be able to cast that on most sort of combos. Slow roll it. The most interesting thing about that is, I don't know if you can see the shape of the tail, but it is what I would call a huddle tail.
Very much so.
So not quite a paddle tail. It sort of has more of a subtle action, but a faster sort of kick. And I know those tails work because it got one of the only Barra we caught last time we went to Mondi. So that should be a cool little one to try.
Alright, sweet. Next up, soft plastic from Damiki, and that is the Anchovy Shad 6-inch. This is the UV motor oil color. Massive paddle tail on a very long, slender, soft plastic. Heaps of action on there. You're going to rig that probably with a 6-0, maybe a 7-0.
Yeah.
The hook way back there. Just cast it out. Slow roll it, use a weedless presentation or a jig head, and just let it sink through next to your structure, your weed beds, your rock bars, that kind of thing, and just a slow roll, let that tail do all the action. I know Barra love these.
Yeah, there's a few guys who keep them quiet actually because they work that good. So,
but yeah, top little plastic to have in the box.
Awesome. Let's go to another plastic. This is the Dr. Prawn, so a new one from Fishcraft. This is the 5-inch version. Have a look at it there. See that sort of flap down underneath the body? That is sort of like not perfectly straight, it's waved, so as it goes through the current it shimmers side to side and flicks around, does all that sort of stuff. Looks like prawn legs. Got some nice legs on the front as well for even more action, and the colour range in every single one of these prawns is awesome. Like
fantastic,
they
colour
look
range.
sick. But it's a nice big prawn, so that should be awesome for your Barra, as well as your bycatch, jacks, all that sort of stuff, and fish it just like a plastic really.
Jacks will be all over that. Speaking of, got a surface lure also from Fishcraft. It's the Snoop Dogg. You have a look at that there. That's 14 grams, 14.5 grams. It's a surface lure. It's your walk the dog type lure, or your walker. I'll get it out for you and have a quick gander at it. It's 100 mils long. Now this kind of lure, being a surface lure, you want to cast it near your structures, or preferably if you can, just past where you think the fish are. Lily pads, rocks, that kind of thing. It's going to cast out and it's going to sit in the water like that. And you see it's got that flat bit of the face there. That's to make it walk a lot easier. So as you start your retrieve, you just twitch your rod tip at the same time as doing your retrieve, and you sort of get a rhythm going, and it's just going to move side to side like that. See, I've already hooked myself just by swinging there. Sticky hooks on there. A lot of rattles. It's like a baby rattle. Just take away the hooks.
Sounds like.
This is going to call the jacks. It's going to call the Barra. It's perfect. It's lily pads. Just screams.
It's fun too.
Best way to fish is surface. Guaranteed. So that is another cool lure in this month's box.
Yes, speaking of best way to fish on the surface, we've got the Bender. This is the 150, so the big fella from ProTech. I'll get that one out of the box as well.
That's a nice lure.
Yes, so just your nice bent fish sort of style. A few people have probably fished these by now. It's pretty hard to sort of ignore them when they work so good, but see that weird shape? That means it doesn't just walk or do something the same thing. It goes erratic. It goes up and down. It dives. It pops up. It does all these things that looks exactly like a dying fish. And pressured barra, in particular, are going to love that because I haven't really seen too much of it. Colours in these are all awesome. I really do like that colour there. But comes with this on the front, the little clip, which is so that you get more of an action out of it. But if you're chasing the barra, personally, I'd pull that off and just do a loop knot.
Big loop knot.
Because look at the strength of those hooks. You can go damn hard. Compare those hooks to this thing. Yeah.
Awesome colour and finish on it, on the head there as well.
Yeah, well, you get that matte sort of finish on it too, and the details on it are just...
On the Pure Fishing Instagram page today, if you go and have a look at there, they've got quite a massive jewfish caught in the surf on one of these. They were surface feeding, and yeah, the angler cast it out, I forget his name, and he nailed a cracker fish on that.
That's a good idea, actually. Fish the rock pools with one of these things.
Shows how strong they are.
Yeah, so go catch yourself a big barra on these.
Alright, that wraps up the March 24 Barra and Jacks box. If you like what you see, want to win this box, let us know in the comments below which lure would you tie on first. If you want to subscribe, hit up our website, tackleclub.com.au, choose which subscription you want, monthly, bi-monthly, select Barra, add to cart, job done, system will take care of itself. Until next month, tight lines.
Catch you guys.